that, if not correct, will affect the pull of the draft. For instance, it is important that the closed end of the heating chamber be slightly broader and higher than the chamber opening, because the flames need space to spread out to develop the highest point of heat. The outside surface of the stove is finished with stucco, a mixture of sand, lime, and water, with some clay mixed in, so the finish does not crack.
The fire chamber is accessed from an adjacent room.
The temporary wooden form is removed. This stove does not have a separate flue. The smoke escapes by the fire chamber door, which remains open when you set the fire in the oven and rises into the chimney directly above.
When heating the stove for the first time, it should be done very slowly to prevent cracking of the chamber.
As long as the surface steams, the outside finish must be rubbed to seal it. Everybody who knows this oven swears by its efficiency. Only 2 small bundles of branches are needed per day, and the heat retention of the stone is substantially better than that of refractory brick. More importantly, cold air is pulled from outside the room being heated.
As the fire burns in the oven chamber, the smoke escapes through the door and rises through the chimney above.
And no heat is lost through the chimney because the stove door is closed as the wood burns down. Now let's go back to the baking oven. Now it is very easy to remove the sawdust from the oven chamber . Constructing the roof of the baking oven uses mortise and tenon joinery for timber connections. No nails are used. Stucco is used to finish the oven, applied using hand tools to make a better surface. Hans, who requested the oven, participates in the construction, helping out on tasks like smoothing the interior dome of the baking chamber. Finally, in the traditional style of the region, the roof is finished with hand-split wooden shingles. When the farm was active and many workers lived here, Gertrude had her own baking oven. When it broke down years ago, she had to bake bread at a neighbor's house. So today, having a new oven causes a bit of excitement.
Making large quantities of bread dough has its challenges. 2 days before the bread is baked, a sourdough starter called a dampfel is prepared. To this is added flour, some salt, warm water, and finally local spices such as caraway, mustard, coriander, and ground blue fenugreek leaves known as broccoli or bread clover.
Gewürze, Kümmel, Senfel oder Koriander oder Brotklee, je nach Geschmack.
Once the wood is burned, the ash is removed through the slot, and the oven floor is quickly wiped with a damp rag. The flue doors are closed and the ash slot sealed so as little heat as possible escapes from the chamber. After the bread dough rises for half an hour, the loaves are shaped, placed on a board, and allowed to rise again for about 20 minutes.
Gertrude and her daughter-in-law Bernadette make a good team. For many years they have baked together, and to bake for the first time in a new oven will answer several questions. Is the temperature correct? Does the heat distribute properly? And how long will the bread have to remain in the oven?
Så gut, dass wir mal so gegangen ist, muss nicht bei Korn backen. Also gelebt haben wir noch nicht.
Das ist ein Kompliment.
Muss ich ehrlich sagen, nicht? Aber zufrieden.
Sepp says that this is the last oven he'll build. As old Mr. Plotter, his master, taught him, he has taught Franz, who will continue the specialized masonry of building baking ovens and wood-burning stoves.